I'm afraid I've got Peter Ford on the line, 3AW show business reporter, not for any but personal reason, because he's got some rather sad news or unfortunate news for us. Good afternoon to you, Peter.
G'day to you, Andrew. Yes, it's not the best of news, but hopefully it's just a hiccup. Bert Newton is in hospital in a serious condition. He is suffering from pneumonia. Now, I think the story behind it is quite an interesting one. He actually caught the pneumonia from his little granddaughter, Ava, who had it when she was first born. She was very ill, and then she's recently had another touch of it. And Bert, who's been away performing in Wicked in Adelaide, was back in Melbourne and spending lots of time with his little granddaughter because he hadn't seen her for so long. Lots of kisses and cuddles, and next thing, Bert's caught it. And he is now in hospital. He was due, in fact, to go to Perth 2 days ago, but because of the ash cloud situation, the flight was cancelled, so probably just as well. Otherwise, he'd be in hospital in Perth at this moment. But as it happens, he's here in Melbourne. And it is obviously, pneumonia is a dicey illness at the best of times, and fingers crossed he's going to be okay, but his condition, I'm told, is serious. No word on when he'll be out of hospital or when he can resume his role in Wicked over in Perth.
Now, Peter, he would be 71, something like that, 72?
I think you're being a bit generous. I think he's 73, may even be about to hit 74 in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay.
His birthday is July 23. So I think, first and foremost, obviously his family are very concerned, and he would be distressed that he's going to miss at least the first few performances of Wicked in Perth, because he's very much old school and doesn't like missing shows. Their first preview is Sunday night, and there's no way that he's going to be in Perth for that. So the opening night, I would suspect, is probably towards the end of next week, and I would think it probably not a very safe bet that he'll be there for the opening night either.
You worked with Bert, of course, I think at 3DB, didn't you, years ago?
Well, even before then, going back to 3UZ. So that's going into the mists of time. Yes, he has been basically a mentor figure to me through the years. So it's never good to report bad news like that when it's someone you care about.
No, so true. Peter, as far as you know, this is Bert's only health issue.
Well, the only actual problem, I mean, like anybody who's in more senior years, there's things you've got to deal with and keep under control, and he does that, and he's very, very rarely misses performances in Wicked. So he did, when he was doing other shows, he was, of course, combining TV commitments and the theatre commitments, but at the moment there's no TV happening, so he can concentrate full-time on theatre. So he would be most distressed to miss any show.
I imagine his actual location is somewhat under wraps, isn't it, Peter?
It is, but he is in hospital and being well cared for.
I just thinking a lot of people who are long-term fans, because Bert is just so much a part of Melbourne and Melbourne entertainment, and has been for over half a century, would love to pass on condolences and get well messages and that's all.
Well, I've got no doubt that if anybody wanted to send a card, Channel 9 would happily forward it to him.
Yeah, that's a point. Good point. Now, Peter, thank you very much for that.
Thanks, Andrew.